bringing in a winger, might as well bring in someone better, really. If Marquinhos, up and from now till Jan, might get opportunities in some capacity, whether that's in training or playing, and you know the gauntlet's been thrown down to Rhys Nelson. So I would take Trossard, 27, Premier League proven, Techer man. Brighton are a techie team. He'll play better at Arsenal because we got more techie ballers. You know his contract is running down, so for the right price, why not? But good squad depth in that. But I kind of think we're getting into that position where can we get curtain raisers, or if not the curtain raisers, people that improve this thing now. And I think Trossard complements it, and you can say right now he's definitely better than Rhys Nelson and Marquinhos if they were going to play a Premier League game. But does he really raise it, really? And he could not just play on the wings. He could play in a couple of roles. I wouldn't move mountains to sign him, but it could, for the right fee, why not? Why not? Thoughts on Celtics? Jota, I see him moving soon. Found his feet, struggled in the senior game, found their home at Celtic, but you are right, he'll probably get a move, man. Yes, and it all depends, because if I'm Trossard 27 and I move to Chelsea, Arsenal, he was linked with Liverpool, any of these teams, I'm going to want a decent contract, both in terms of the length of the deal and obviously in terms of wages. So it all depends. And he, like you said, he can play on the flanks. He can play as a cam. I think there's a lot our young players could learn from Trossard, really. He might not be a mad household name like that, but he plays for club and country. He's playing Premier League football. There is a lot of experience he could probably pass down. I don't really buy the rumours, really, but he could do a lot worse. It'll work out better than Willian, and he won't probably end up getting the fees that Willian did. DG, if Pogba was offered, would you take him? Yeah, but the man's at Juventus now, innit? So it's a myth. What's this? So yeah, even with Rhys Nelson, you're probably going to have to pattern a new contract. And obviously, on top of Rhys Nelson, if you remember in 2020, and I swear Rhys Nelson was one of the first young players to play under Mikel. He said he was that good when he was young that everything was too easy for him. I think he has the potential to do whatever he wants, and it's down to him then, isn't it? I do think there's a lot of similarities with how Hudson-Odoi is different level, but Sancho as well. I think they all kind of have the same sort of problems. Obviously, Sancho's the best of the lot, but yeah, man. Nelson don't deserve no new contract. I mean, he hopefully he does the Balogun Nketiah thing. I don't really like money walking out the door, really. So would you rather give him a new deal, a 1-2 year, or let him walk for free? Vlahovic said apparently it was a mistake not joining us. It's hilarious. Can anyone verify that from a credible source? Because all he was telling us is he's a Juventus fan growing up and all of that jazz. So yeah, man, I don't buy it, but who knows? I don't know. We'll have to see, man. Gunners 3-1, hopefully on a clean sheet. DG, not sure with Spurs' options to buy Kulusevski at the end of the season, but with his interview saying he's always supported Arsenal, would you like Arsenal to make a move? I mean, I don't know if you was there, Andy, but last year I wanted him and Ben to go. It seems to have gone now, really and truly. I'd imagine Spurs, if they haven't already, like with Romero, confirmed the permanent deal for Kulusevski. So that one there is a myth, if I'm completely honest. But if there was some mad reality where it's somewhat possible to do that, then why not? We could do a lot worse, man. That's real competition for Saka. Can play off the left, can play as a 10 as well. He's an Arsenal player in a scum shirt, really, but been and gone now, innit? It's happened now, so yeah, man. I mean, if you want to start, you have to join a big, you have to earn that, really. But you're right. What time is the match? 8 p.m. UK time. I'll be live from 7 p.m. UK time, people. Don't forget, again, shameless plug o'clock. You got to be shameless in promotion. My next live stream on my channel across Twitch and YouTube will be at 3:30 with Dave Jackson of Football Daily, people. Either you're not listening, or you're not trying to, but you're going to have to get blocked, man. You're always spamming. Unfortunately, you've been evicted, man. Come on, bro. But yeah, we've got hella content to come, people. On Sunday, jumping the gun, that's there. And tonight, we're doing this. What have you said here, man? Arteta GOAT, shout out to you. What have you said here? DG, how do you explain the Nketiah improvement? I like most Arsenal players, though. Eddie wasn't good enough, but now he looks like such a well-rounded, classy player. I don't know if we're well-rounded or classy, but things take time, innit? He looks stronger. He looks more confident. I think Eddie was very reactive, waiting for things to happen. Now he makes better runs, his link-up plays better. You have to, as a striker, score goals. But clearly in the modern game, just like and Arsenal, unless you're Haaland gets involved in the general play and stuff like that, gets involved in the general play and that, but you need to be able to be a defensive forward like you see with Jesus, drop deep, win fouls, link up with the wide men, occupy wide areas. And I think Eddie Nketiah is starting to do that. Whether he's good enough for Arsenal or not remains to be seen, but that's seen him find a nice little role for himself. He's gone from being a fringe player to a rotation option. And it's down to him, really. He's at the early stages of his career. For Arsenal, you want people to develop quicker rather than later. But he's 23. Where was Aubameyang, Harry Kane, and Jamie Vardy at that age? I hope Eddie can match their career. Definitely not with Harry Kane's trophy cabinet. In fact, Eddie's picked up an FA Cup, so he's all right. But where were they? It's very difficult, really and truly. It takes forever, and I'm not even talking about in relation to Arsenal. One pet peeve of mine, especially around young players, is if someone's decent at 16, 17, 18, people just expect they just got on a pitch, do a mazza, and that's it. They just expect their career to go like that. They very rarely see what goes into development. And yeah, people will say, but Saka did it. The madman that don't play for United did it. Pedri does it. Yeah, but yeah, we could all say the 10 people really and truly that have done it, the 10, 20 for the thousands of young players. That's not how life works. Even, you're going to be met with adversity, even like Saka missing a penalty for England. Everyone's onto him because he is playing well, but he's got one goal. He's ultimately currently kind of dying by the high standards he set to a degree. Smash the like button. So what are 3 things you want to see in tonight's game, DG? Clean sheet, bare goals, victory, players taking their opportunities. I would like if Fabio Vieira is fit, if Eddie plays, all the fringe players play, no injuries, keep the good home form going, early goals, rise to treat it like Liverpool, treat it like Liverpool. Don't think, we're better than them, we're more known and all these things, because you've got to fear the unexpected. They've got nothing to lose. If we lose, bare headlines. If they lose, it's expected. I haven't seen that, Fabio, no. Big up yourself, Thoughts on how well Balogun is doing in the French league? As I just said with Nketiah, he's starting to learn a bit more about the game, and his general play is improving. Obviously, you need to score goals. He's doing quite well, building off the positive and negative experiences in the Championship with Middlesbrough, showing more consistency. There will be better and worse moments at Reims, but keep doing your thing and then come back to Arsenal in the summer and we'll see where you're at. Do you need to go on loan back to Reims, Do you need to go to the Premier League, which a lot of people, and I like it from Balogun because I would have preferred for him to go in the Prem, but it seemed like Reims said, we're going to play you. With the pressures, not saying France don't have pressure, but with the pressure of the Premier League, Balogun might get 3 starts. The manager of the loan club, his job's on the line. He might elect to go for a more experienced striker, and Balogun isn't given that space, really. Glint are a good side, Norwegian side, but they're free-flowing attacking team. And that's what I expect to see. That's what the gaffer said. That's what their gaffer said. And their gaffer seems quite bullish on being able to do a thing tonight, really. So let's rain on that parade simply, really. Thoughts on Balogun / Nketiah development. Big up you lot for tuning in, people. Just doing the timestamps. Always trying to make sure those on the replay have a good one. 123 likes. One love for that, folks. I hope none of our important players start tonight because we need to save them for Liverpool because Liverpool is an important game. You're right, but some of them are going to have to play, whether they start or come off the bench, really, because we haven't got a big squad. Been impressed with Charlie Patino's performances. Trust, yes, and hopefully he keeps going, man. And all them young players. So, yeah, man. It is what it is. What else have you got? I ain't missed nothing. Shout out to you lot, man. Elite conversation as usual. Let me type in Fabio Vieira on Twitter and see what's said, man. Because as Charles Watts said anything, allegedly someone said on my live stream yesterday that there was something. Well, I typed in Patrick Vieira. You could tell whatever I was an Arsenal fan did. Fabio Vieira. Muscle memory. Type in Patrick. Doesn't seem like any of the credible sources, really, apart from that Daily Mail article we looked at, or Daily Mirror, whatever it was, are really saying anything. Doesn't seem like there's anything really. So maybe it was just precautionary, which hopefully is the need for it, man, and he's able to play here. Apparently, Kyle Walker could be injured, which could potentially be good news for Ben White where the England squad is concerned. I don't know about that though. Let's beat these bums. Pause. 5-0, Eddie Nketiah hat-trick. Why not, man? Get some confidence, man. Stat pad, you know, it all counts when you look at the end of the season comps. In all comps, how many goals have you scored? Strikers live or die by goals. So why not, man? I hope the travelling fans and the fans watching all over the world get an entertaining game. But if you're Bodo/Glint, you're going to want to rain on that parade. So we're going to have to, you know, it's going to be a big challenge, man. Like I said, treat this as Liverpool. No, Kyle Walker's undergone surgery. World Cup is at risk. Peak. Boy, you know, Jack. Good thing City are walking away with this Farmers League, eh? And obviously, you know, RIP Spurs' fitness coach, Gian Piero Vetrone, forgive me for mispronunciations. He's unfortunately died at the age of 61. Thought so with him and his family, man. That's not nice to hear, man. It's never nice, man. Yeah. Walker's in my fantasy team. You better take him out then, bro, because peak where that's concerned. Arteta goal, one love as well, people, for all your following. Arteta goal, thank you very much for subscribing on Amazon Prime. I've just seen that via the Amazon tab. Eddie, genuinely good enough to compete with Jesus. We'd like to think Jesus is miles clear, but I think he can sometimes hold on to the ball for too long and doesn't have the poacher instinct of Eddie. I hope so, but it might. I can't lie. No disrespect to Eddie. Eddie Nketiah is here. Balogun. Jesus is here. Balogun, Eddie, they're all down here. Specific to Eddie, you're there, bro. There's quite a golfing class. I do, you know, I can't lie. If you know, I know Eddie Nketiah hasn't been given too much opportunities, but you know, did you see Jesus' goal on the weekend? You can't say Eddie's got the poacher instinct and he hasn't. I think there's a golfing in talent, really, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I want Eddie to keep kicking on. Really, I would love a striker with a slightly different profile to them. And it's, you know, Eddie's got an opportunity because if Balogun comes back a top player, you know, you can still play Martinelli through the middle. You've got Jesus. We've got options whether we sell, keep people in. I hope so, man. Eddie, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to be good enough in it. That's all we've got. I don't know if he is good enough long term. It's down to him to keep working and taking advantage of the minutes he gets. You know, the real Eddie Nketiah of this new level turned up at the end of last season. Hopefully he continues. And if I'm honest, you know, off the bench in the Prem, he's done well. You know, he did well against, I'm sure it was Fulham. He played a key role in that. But, you know, if I'm harsh, there was chances he should score. Jesus has had chances in your bag, but we don't create too much for Jesus, man. Love for your opinion, but respectfully, I disagree, man. I think Jesus is miles clear, bro. Miles clear of him, man. It's not a disrespect to him. You know, Eddie, Jesus still has to show that he can score enough goals, really, because you've been described as the best defensive forward. Critics will say City won the league without a striker. Now they've brought in Haaland, you know. I just think there's many layers to Jesus' game. There's a lot more layers to his game. And obviously, big up Eddie's mentality, but he's got more experience and of a certain mentality, really. The only thing with Jesus for me is, can you score enough goals, really? So respectfully, I strongly disagree, blood. In the top 6, which teams do you prefer to beat at their home? Well, we don't travel to Old Trafford well enough, and we're going to have to go at least another year without that. When was the last time we won at White Hart Lane? You know, when was the last time we won at Anfield? I'd say them, you know. Obviously, you'd like to win at Stamford Bridge. They're London rivals, and you'd like to win at the Etihad. So, yeah, man. Man said Bodo Glitz sounds like the name of an MMA fighter. Hopefully, they don't kick us in our teeth and, you know, cause any problems in the game at 8 p.m. Eddie just needs to pattern his business in this tournament. All he can do now is be a good understudy, and that chance will come. It's a long season. Facts. I'd go with that, really. You said it there. Elite opinions from you lot, people. You lot, as I keep saying, make the platform. Let's make sure we include that last segment as part of the timestamp.